Dose during jiu-jitsu. That's what I would like to do. I would love to do. Didn't you just have that one politician on talking about
Rick Perry.
the book of Enoch, the woman?
Oh, yeah, Anna Paulina Luna. Yeah.
Well, it's like that's a super, you bring up Gnosticism, Christians get really upset. I don't know what the answer is. I'm a spiritual man. It's like one God, Jesus is my savior. That's what I'm into right now. Makes me happy and it vibrate on a higher level. But if you study Gnosticism, the whole story of the demiurge is very interesting. That's where fallen angels mating with the daughters of men come from. And that's where the original feminist was. The first ever feminist was Sophia, who was the feminine energy of the universe. And literally, she was like, I don't need a man, right? She literally said, like, I don't need a man. And she creates life. And she instantly knows she made a mistake, which sounds like every single mother to me, right? So she creates the demiurge. And the demiurge doesn't understand about the higher table of gods, and he thinks he is God. And a lot of people believe the first God of the Testament is the demiurge.
Oh, okay.
And his whole thing is about just basically he wants to destroy humanity. That's kind of what everyone talks about in Satan. But Sophia gave us the spark of life. She gives us a spark.
Wouldn't you want to know, go back to the time where they were writing the Bhagavad Gita?
I would love that.
And go, what do you know?
Yeah.
How are you writing
I think about that all the time.
What's a Vimana?
Yeah.
Like, what are these flying crafts you're talking about?
Yes, dude.
In
And
the Vedic texts.
And so you talk about fallen angels. A lot of people think that's Christian mumbo jumbo. I don't believe it is at all, because the Vedics talk about it and the Hindus talk about it, about God trapping entities in this realm that we live in. So I think the Vedics were 4, the Hindus I think are 2 or 3, and then we have the 33%, which is the fallen angels. And then they come down, they get trapped here. And that's the whole thing about transhumanism, is that they're trying to figure out how to get out of here.
Have you ever seen Lazar talk about the weirdest shit that he heard when he was at S4?
No, what was it?
He said the weirdest shit was they said they had a very thick file that was about religion. And basically what it boiled down to is, at least what this file was saying, was that they view us as containers.
Yes.
And he wasn't specifying containers of what, like containers of souls, and like I don't know, but that's the terminology they used. They view us as containers. Can you imagine if like a soul is an energy that you have to farm or that you have to extract, just like how we extract oil from the earth, that souls are things you extract, and so you need to grow a bunch of them. So you need people just fuck up a storm and clutter up a planet, and really what you're doing is just farming souls.
Yeah, dude, that's so
Can you imagine?
crazy.
You think that you're an OnlyFans model,
Yeah.
and you're a DJ at a strip club, and you're a football player, and you're a top scientist, and you're a this and you're a that, but really on the highest level, you're just in a farm. You're in a farm, and there's a super intelligent entity that's above and beyond anything you could ever comprehend, and the only thing it doesn't have is souls. So it needs souls, because souls are a real element. It's just like you need cobalt to make a battery.
Yeah, that's the belief.
You actually need a soul.
We're the battery that runs the simulation. It's so deep, dude.
Well, why is that weirder than black holes? Why is that weird? I was watching this thing on Twitter yesterday. I still say Twitter.
I do too.
They were discussing this black hole that's as big as our galaxy. That seems weirder. That seems even weirder than we were genetically engineered. We were genetically engineered. Seems like some shit that we would do.
Yeah.
Like I've had Ben Lamb and Beth Shapiro on from Colossal. Those are the people that brought back the dire wolves.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
By the way, do you know what else that guy did?
What else did that guy do?
That guy created it so that you can store files in DNA.
Whoa.
You can actually store So I had a guy on, he's like, you know where the Epstein files are? They're in somebody's DNA. That's what they get. You could look it up, Jamie. The guy literally created that you could put files in people's DNA.
Whoa.
That
I don't
is
know which guy that did that, but
the one who did the dire wolf, the bearded guy.
They're doing a bunch of stuff. That's Ben Lamb. They're doing a bunch of stuff, and they're eventually going to bring back the mammoth.
Oh.
And they're going to, yeah.
I don't know how it feels. Like, this seems like some Jurassic Park shit where it gets
That's
away
what I
from
said
us.
to him. I said, it's, this is like the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Weird shit you're bringing
But-
back.
The thing is, it gets...
What's the purpose of it, though, dude? What is your thought on why we should be bringing these back?
Because it's cool. That's it.
Hey, sometimes
That's
the simple answer is the right answer.
Yeah, sometimes you bring things back just because it's cool. Should you bring back dire wolves and let them loose? No. They're bigger than regular wolves. They're super powerful. You're making a mistake. Like, regular wolves are hard enough to deal with. And dire wolves might very well like to hunt people. It's like super possible.
Yeah, it's like introducing those anacondas or boas into like the Florida Everglades.
Yeah.
It's like they're just dominating.
Just bringing regular wolves into a place fucks everything up.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
look what's going on in Colorado.
How about the cute animals? Can we bring back cute ones?
Yes.
That's what I'm looking
cutie
for.
pies. Bring back the cutie pies. But then they're all going to get eaten because you're going to have to eventually let them go, and then something's going to fucking prey on them, and then you're going to have a disaster.
Have you
or
ever-
they're going to wind up eating a bunch of shit that they're not supposed to eat, and they're going to kill some species off. That happens all. That's like Australia's like got multiple cases of like different animals they brought in to combat different animals, and now they have like feral cats everywhere. And jeez,
Have you ever heard of orphan trains?
what?
Have you ever heard of the
No,
orphan
what is that?
trains?
What is
This
that?
reminds me of the orphan train. I remember when I was a kid, I would see cartoons and they're like, this orphan train's going to go off the tracks. And I'm like, why are there a bunch of orphans in the trains? And then you start getting into what that really is. This is where Cabbage Patch dolls come from.
What? I need more coffee.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you saying?
Orphan trains, dude.
What is an orphan train?
The theory is, and they kind of did this in Canada with the indigenous, where they sent them to other parts of the country so they couldn't learn any of their culture. And basically, the thought is that either they brought kids from where they were born and brought them to the other parts of the country and gave them to the elites to raise as children or do whatever they wanted to do with them. Yeah, here it is.
Okay, it says orphan trains were large-scale social experiment in the United States where orphaned, abandoned, or homeless children were transported from crowded eastern cities to rural areas in the Midwest to be adopted or placed in homes. Between 1854 and 1929, an estimated 200,000 to 250,000 children were relocated, primarily by the Children's Aid Society and its founder, Charles Loring Brace. This movement is considered a precursor to the modern foster care system.
So that's a very clean version of it.
Right.
But the whole belief is that these are the children of, I'm just going to throw out a name out of Tataria or stuff like that, and that they're the children of this to kind of erase history. Well, it gets even crazier into Cabbage Patch dolls, right? These Cabbage Patch kids. And they had these world fairs where they would literally sell like incubated children.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that?
No.
And Jerry Seinfeld says both his parents were those type of kids.
What is it, incubated children? What does that
If you
mean?
look up World Fair Cabbage Patch doll kids, basically almost like science laboratory children.
Hold on. What are you saying?
What?
I can't hear you, Jamie.
Something weird popped up when I Googled it. I'm trying to figure out what this is before I...
What is it?
I'll just show you. We're not anywhere real yet.
Cloning.
Cabbage Patch
Some
Kids and the
postcard.
Mystery of Repopulation postcards.
And Seinfeld
What?
says his parents are both those. And they would have displays at World where you could go and get a kid.
Wait a minute. What do you mean his parents were? What you saying? His parents were made in a lab? Is that what you're saying?
I think he said his parents were either orphan train kids or Cabbage Patch kids. And a lot of people think that's where the
Well-
NPCs come from.
Orphan trained kids would mean that his parents were orphans and they were shipped off to
Or
another
whatever
family in
we're
the
being
Midwest.
told. But that's what he said.
Well, we have to Google that. That sounds like a
Sam Tripoli crazy
We have
thought.
to make sure that that's correct.
Okay.
That sounds crazy. But
The
what
whole
is-
show
I don't
sounds
understand
crazy.
what the Cabbage Patch thing is, though. What are you saying that is?
They were cloning kids.
Well, when was cloning even possible? When did it first become possible?
Hundreds and hundreds of years they've been
There's-
cloning.
Here, there's a thumbnail that links all three things he's talking about together, but I don't know where this goes.
Bro, you go down the wrong Reddit threads, don't you?
No, dog, at all.
Orphan
I'm only
trains
on like
Cabbage Patch babies, so they're growing them in a Cabbage Patch, and then World's Fair incubator babies.
look at that guy over there holding 2 babies up. These are incubator babies.
Is that what he's saying? So what is an incubator baby?
Sounds
Is
like
it raised entirely in an incubator? Like, what does that mean?
how early 19.
Boardwalk attractions save thousands of premature babies' lives. Oh, okay, so it's premature births. in
That sounds like I don't know, man, because supposedly you can
Infant
get a kid at the
incubators.
world fairs.
But I do know that people do that when a child is premature, right? They put them in an incubator. That's
But the word is that you could get a kid there.
so you could buy a kid.
Yeah,
So someone would have this premature birth and then put the kid up for sale.
maybe. I mean, that's what this is trying to tell us. I don't know if that's real though, but that goes back to the world fairs and we talked about before. It's just like technology beyond what we understood and what we know now. And they wiped that all out.
Why would they do that? Do you think they wipe it all out, or do they think they hide it in secrecy?
Well, they probably still have it, but they don't want us to have it.
Like, what do you think happened with all of Tesla's notes when he died and whatever organization
I don't know.
broke into his home? What's
Trump's
up, Jamie?
uncle.
No, yeah, Trump's uncle got him.
Oh, that's right.
He went in there early because he was in
Some
Yale.
of them were missing when
And then he
turned
grabbed them all before. And that gets into that little Barron Trump book and the last
Yeah.
president and all that stuff. That's like time travel stuff,
Yeah.
which I think is totally possible. I think time isn't this. I think time is this. And everything's going on at one time. And it's like a book. Like if you're reading a book, you can be on page 46 and 46. That's the reality of the time. But you can jump to page 320 and now that's the reality of time. And then you can go back to page 18 and that's the reality of time. I think that's.
So do you think that we'll eventually be able to manipulate that, or we can?
I think
right
we already
now?
can.
Who's we though?
The masters of mankind.
Illuminati, man.
The masters of mankind, the 13 families. The 13 families made deals with fallen angels. That's my
Whoa.
power. That's the power structure of the world.
And what method are they using to travel back and forth through time?
Whatever technology they got.
So do you think that if, let's say, they back engineer a UFO in 1947 and these companies get involved that know how to make technology, all these different contractors, Boeing, Lockheed Martin, whoever it is, they manufacture a time machine. They manufacture a time machine based on what they have learned, and they start to use it, and they go back and forth and move around in time. Do you think eventually they'd want to tell somebody?
I
Or
think
do you
they
think
know.
they just use
Again,
it for
it
their
goes
own-
back to data. They know who's crazy enough, who can keep a secret, who can do all that stuff. That's what they always say about if they fake the moon landing. Wouldn't somebody in there say something? Well, people do say something and they end up going missing. But most of them understand like they're in on it. The only people getting into that room are the ones that they know are in on it. Have you ever seen when India landed on the moon? Have you ever seen that video?
It's just a probe, right?
It's not even a probe. It's like an Atari graphic that lands. Cuba had better graphics than that. And they're all cheering in the room. They're all high-fiving each other.
You don't think India landed a probe on the moon? Can I see it? I want to see if I believe it. I've had so many people that.
Pretty bad.
Let me see. Is this guy full of shit? What happened? All right, let's see it. No, that can't be real.
Yeah, that's what they're landing.
Wait a minute. Hold on. We're seeing just flashes of it.
So, I mean, this wouldn't be a live video of it because
Okay,
you would be landing two things
right.
at the same time.
But I want to see what happens when it actually touches down. Wait a minute. That's it?
Yeah.
Hold up. Okay, everyone needs to go to jail. You guys all need to go to jail. You guys all need to go to jail. That's so fake.
But they're all.
What'd you do with the money? What did you do with the money?
They got
you
their own
sons
island.
of bitches.
Yeah,
How
dude.
dare you? Imagine how much money they spent on that probe.
But that's everybody in the room. So if you look at the JFK assassination, right? So he goes into that plaza. They're all assassins in that plaza.
Yeah.
Like everybody's in on it.
Well, there was a lot of people in.
Yeah,
on
and
it.
they all go missing and end up dead.
You know, my friend Evan, he had a really good point about that. My friend Evan Hafer from Black Rifle Coffee. He said during the Bay of Pigs, when they told Kennedy
that
about
coffee?
it late,
Can I have some?
Get in there, dog. Sorry. You know, when they
Thank
told
you.
Kennedy about it, and he didn't allow the airstrikes. He didn't allow air support.
Yep.
That fucked everybody that was
Yep.
on the beach. He's
Project
like, you know how many
Northwood.
hardened? No, that was different. Operation Northwoods was the where they were going to arm Cuban friendlies and attack Guantanamo
Well, that was all
Bay.
part of how to pull Cuba into war.